It's just like a reactor core. Hey heroes, Zephyr here, back for part 4 of our Autobrewer, and we now have the materials slotted in, or section slotted in. I still got to kind of work on where to power this from, because I'm thinking I might be able to get away with doing it, like if I extend the powered rail by 1, and then move this just onto a higher platform, I should be able to pull it off. Yeah. Alright, so minor fix. Whoop, and then I broke it. Alright. So we now have the materials section slotted in, which is going to go here for now, because after the materials are done, that hopper cart's no longer going to be of use. The other thing is, again, as I mentioned previously, or as I had guessed originally, water bottles do need to make it first, because ingredients are going to sit there until everything is done for now. Because all of the ingredients have to be out of that hopper before it's going to push that minecart forward. So water needs to go first so that the hoppers don't intersect because of how close both of those hoppers are. If this one falls afterwards, then it can accidentally drop a water bottle in the other one. I had that happen a couple of times during tests. So the water has to arrive first, as I mentioned before, so that it goes down and then it's gone and we don't have to deal with it. Then the ingredients are able to go through. So we're going to have to time this properly. The ingredients can then fall, go into the thing, which, as you can tell, will activate the brewing and prepare that cart for going. Oh. Looks like I forgot a cart last time I was here. The bottom one should have everything, so there we go. Oh, no, they're both empty. Anyway, so the ingredients will go in, everything will brew, and as you could tell from what I was doing, I put all of the ingredients for a splash potion of regeneration with extra duration. So those are all going to be on their way. And while we do that, just going to, I don't know, I guess ramble. So yes, another thing that became a possibility for this pickup stage is if I were to use a dropper or a dispenser. The problem is once again, in the end, we're dealing with sensitive materials. So there might be, like we could add an extra option at the end that might send the finished potions to a dispenser or something for afterwards, so you could just, leave your house and get them, or whatever. But for now, we're just kind of working on the brewing stage. Once the ingredients are all done, the final ingredients will go in and send that cart back, which you can then have like a prepared light over there. There's going to be a lot of stuff to work on with this. It's going to be, as I said, big and bulky. And then once that's done, so we're on the final brew. Yeah, launch through and drop. And voila, the finished potions. So the next segment of this is going to be, according to our diagram, we now have most of this. We just kind of need to build these two sections. We have all of the auto brewing in place. Now we just need to get the ingredients there, which is also going to mean for each of these chests having a way to reload it without, being on the surface. Otherwise, what the hell's the point? You might as well just throw them all into the hopper to begin with. So, without further ado, I'm going to get on that, and I'll see you when I get back for it. Whoop. Conundrum. In order for the droppers to work, in terms of dispensing the water bottles, because chests are really unreliable when it comes to that, need them all in one place, and I can't get a time short enough because of how fast hopper minecarts unload load up on their gear. So the droppers are here, and you need at least one space between. However, they're really hard to reload. I've got an indicator system, which I can use for the chests too. Probably hook up into a secondary room or increase a wall or something. I don't know. This thing's starting to get out of hand in terms of just the room. I kind of wanted just this hallway. But if something's depleted, I need to know. Possibly another indicator light on the bottom to say if something's empty. And also, I'm probably going to kidnap Etho's selector thing for this, because only one can be selected at a time, but at least one needs to be selected. Otherwise, it's going to have a bad neutral function problem. Ugh, so much stuff to work around. Difficulty. Thankfully, you know, people know their redstone, and I can research some stuff. Yeah. Gotta think. If I move them further apart, but even then, like even on this one, if the dropper's here, because the hopper gets powered by the powered rail, it's not fun. Plus, if I recall, oh nope, still works. Despite the hopper being powered. Where's that going? Wait a minute. What the hell is it depleting? Oh, this hopper got too close. Get out of there. Yep, won't work. Which means I'd need to use the piston setup, which over top of the dropper would not be fun because it might spaz out and fire out all the dropper's goods. I could test. Plus having to wait because of that bug. Erg. Like, unless. Yeah, because the hopper minecart will, even when it's powered from above or to the side, still suck out of a hopper, but. Hopper minecarts can't drop off on their own. Conundrums. Mixing the reloading system's going to be hard. Maybe not. Still got the bug to deal with, though. At least it doesn't fire off from this direction. From the rapidly moving. Difficulties. Alright, so it turns out I don't quite know everything about brewing because it's not. The fermented spider eye can make potions of weakness on its own, so you don't have to reverse blaze powder. And poison is its own potion done with spider eye. So it's going to slightly change, you know, how this goes. It means we're going to need another option here. And, you know, anyone playing with this device kind of needs to know what you can and cannot ferment. So, yeah. I'm not sure if I should change this. Alright, so there's our regular spider eye patch right there. And I'm thinking that because fermented's an option, but at the same time also a thing, there might be a button here in order to save blaze powders to bypass all of these for just a fermented eye. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of inverting blaze powder despite the extra stuff. So, I don't know. I'm still on the working stages of this, so we'll find out. We got to make the reloader first anyway, but random chunk error. All right. So, I'm gonna work on that. Alright, I prefer them to droppers, because, you know, they have a much bigger inventory. But with chests, it looks like about 1 in 10 goes, you'll miss one item. We'll have to think about it. Alright. Yeah, sorry. I've got the basic idea for the recycle, or the reload. It's, you know, only 3 wide, so you can put a couple of them next to each other. You can actually, I believe, even have this block here of the next one as this one here. Nah, that wouldn't work, because then we keep going on the rail. Never mind, you need a small wall between them. So you can have a very small space between multiple reloads, and then have them just all connect to the same return track, and I don't know. It's a little odd, so I will figure out how I want to do that. But for now, I've filled this with a stack of redstone to load into that chest. It'll go, load its stuff, and send it off. It's not too invasive on the bottom. And then down here, I'm thinking to add a comparator to the chest so that when it's empty, it'll send a redstone signal back to, so basically when it's got a signal of 0, it'll go back to, yeah. Once again, keeping this thin. The comparator could also be on the other side, but keeping it and then have it send a signal back to wherever your loading station is. This one seems to work fine. You got to be careful though, because the tracks will want to fit to one direction if you place them all down. For example, I can place this row down, and if I try to place this one down, they all swap to that direction. And if I add another one to there, to do it, they want to stick to this direction if they are close together. So, yeah, sorry, I cut out, but yeah, that's facing, they want to go east-west rather than north-south. So, yeah. I think that's enough coverage of the device for one day, though, so, yeah, we're going to cut off here, I think. I'm working on timing mechanisms for this knowing, or having various bits of the device say when it's done. I don't know. Still working on all the little tidbits. Reloading for the droppers because of how I've got this will be easy. Detector rails never move. But, you know, it's a little bit of a longer design, which means that it will obviously connect to another room. So, yeah, till then, continuing to work on the device. This is Isaac Zephyr, signing out. See y'all later, heroes.